History teaches us to see enemies. It rarely teaches us to remember allies. Before the Cold War, before missiles, sanctions, and proxy wars, America and Russia stood on the same side of history. They fought the same enemies. They protected each other's survival. They saved one another at moments of collapse. And yet today, we are told this rivalry was inevitable. That cooperation was impossible. That conflict was destiny. But history does not support that story. So we must ask a more dangerous question. Why did America repeatedly work with Russia, yet never allow it to succeed as an equal? America's first enemy was not Russia. It was the British Empire, the greatest power the world had ever known. Russia, at the time, was also wary of British naval dominance. When the American Revolution erupted, Russia made a quiet but decisive choice. It refused to assist Britain. Instead, it formed the League of Armed Neutrality, weakening British control of the seas and indirectly protecting American supply routes. This was not ideology, it was strategic alignment. Two distant powers, bound by a shared rival. Decades later, America faced its greatest internal crisis. The Civil War threatened to tear the Union apart. Across Europe, Britain and France considered recognizing the Confederacy. Had they done so, the United States might not exist today. Then something extraordinary happened. Russian warships entered New York Harbor. Others anchored in San Francisco. They were not there by accident. The message was unmistakable. Any European intervention would face consequences. Russia had just abolished serfdom. It feared old aristocratic empires reshaping the global order. It saw the Union as a stabilizing republican force. America survived in part because Russia stood guard. Then came the greatest alliance of all. During World War II, no partnership in human history spilled more blood or carried more consequence. America supplied trucks, food, rail systems, and industrial materials. The Soviet Union absorbed the Eastern Front. 27 million Soviet citizens died. 80% of German military casualties occurred in the East. Without Russia, D-Day fails. Without America, Soviet logistics collapse. Together, they saved civilization. Victory, however, created a problem. For the first time in history, two continental superpowers emerged simultaneously. The question was no longer who would win the war. It became who would shape the peace. America controlled global finance, sea lanes, and trade institutions. Russia controlled Eurasian land power, energy, and military depth. This was not ideological conflict. It was structural competition. The United States adopted a doctrine with a calm name: containment, not destruction, not invasion, limitation, NATO expansion, technology denial, financial isolation. America did not need Russia to fall, it only needed Russia never to rise fully. That distinction explains everything. In 1991, the Soviet Union collapsed peacefully. Russia opened its economy. It trusted Western advice. What followed was shock therapy, asset stripping, oligarch capture, social collapse. NATO moved east. Russia was told this was partnership, but partnership never arrived. Today, the conflict is framed around Ukraine. But Ukraine is not the cause. It is the terrain, energy routes, security buffers, spheres of influence. America frames defense. Russia frames survival. Both believe they are reacting, not initiating. And here is the truth history hides. America and Russia were allies before they were rivals. Their cooperation was real. Their victories were shared. But the modern world allows only one system architect, and history shows this clearly. America permitted partnership, but never parity.